The next game for United in the Premier League, Brighton away on Saturday. Another early kickoff, 12:30 on Saturday, lunchtime. Man United won our opening game of the season. So did Brighton. And they did it very convincingly against Everton. I'm going to run through the team news going into this game. Question marks around our starting 11. The danger men for Brighton. And you can let me know what your predictions are in the comments. I've somehow managed to get my last two spot on in the City Community Shield and also against Fulham. Let's see if I can make it a hat-trick. You can let me know what you think. Please do drop a like on the video. It does make a big difference to United People's TV. I always say it, but it's completely true. But the table, Man United sitting there with 3 points after one game. Brighton top of the table, best goal difference because it was a nice, easy win for them against Everton. Everton are definitely going to be involved in another relegation scrap. That being said, it was still impressive from Everton. They grew as the game went on. Everton going down to 10 men after Ashley Young got sent off made it far easier for them, and they punished them. Now, Brighton have got a 31-year-old manager. Do I look younger or older than him? I'm going to go younger. Don't tell me in the comments if I don't. 31. Is his name Fabian Hüsler? I think it's thereabouts. An up-and-coming, proactive manager. So expect Brighton to play proactively against us on Saturday. Now, if we take a look at the team that faced Fulham, this was it there. I think I got the majority of the team correct. The only thing I got wrong was Mazraoui played on the right instead of the left. I think the rest I got bang on. Now, I don't think there's going to be too many changes, but if there are question marks to be had, I think there's a question mark about who plays right centre-back. I think there's a question mark around Mount up front, and not because of Mount, but more because of Zirkzee. And also you can speak about the wingers. Let's run through it. Get yours in the comments. Now, I actually think, which is kind of surprising for me, considering I'm pretty much number one in the Lisandro Martinez fan club. I didn't praise him as much as I praised Maguire for his performance against Fulham, and specifically his performance against Traore. Martinez he's got that aggression back. He looks a completely different player to who we saw last season. Now, Martinez is definitely going to start left centre back, and the question mark is around now. Let me know in the comments below. Who are you choosing, Maguire or De Ligt? Ultimately, I think Manchester United are going to be moving towards this season when everyone's fully fit. De Ligt is going to be starting, and Euro is going to be introduced and slowly going to become competition for De Ligt. And man, look at that. Just say that out loud. Oh, what? We've got De Ligt and Euro as competition for the right centre-back compared to last year. Blah. But I'm a big believer in players playing on form. And Harry Maguire was damn good against Fulham. Harry Maguire, I think, will probably start this game. I don't think Erik Ten Hag is going to really push his new signings into the starting 11 as quickly as possible, and certainly not in positions where he kind of doesn't have to. And I think because of how well Maguire played, I think Maguire will keep his spot. Now, you might see De Ligt getting introduced 20, 25 minutes earlier in this game, and then maybe his first start for United will come against Liverpool at Old Trafford. But in my opinion, I think you'll see Maguire keep his spot there, and you'll definitely see Mazraoui keep his spot. Now, I just want to touch all the bits of wood around me and say, look, man, just keep your fitness. Please just keep your fitness. It's the biggest question around Mazraoui, and that's why people were worried about his signing. But Mazraoui will definitely start this game. Now, I actually got it. No, I got it right. No, I got it wrong. That was the team that played last week, but I had Mazraoui down on the left. I think he's going to play on the right-hand side, and as long as he's fit, keep him playing there. It just feels like United's options at fullback are so much better this season, so much better. Of course, Luke Shaw's going to come back at some point, maybe. Maybe not. Probably not. Now, Casemiro, again, I thought he was better against Fulham, but I keep saying this, right? And I'm going to point this out on this here, right? Too often, Casemiro finds himself chasing the ball down in kind of these area. There, like Man United, both central midfielders, Mainu and Casemiro, who I both think will start this game, they've kind of got freedom to go forward a bit to support the attack, to maybe, if you want, aggressively push up the pitch. Because I think Man United won the ball back 10 times in the opposition's final third, or the opposition's half, which was more than any other Premier League team last week. The aggressive press worked, and Mason Mount was quite important to that. But if Casemiro runs forward like that, I want to see Mainu sort of dropping into the space. And if Mainu runs forward, then I want to see Casemiro drop into the space. Please just don't vacate this, both of them. And sometimes they do both go forward. I don't want to see that happen. But Casemiro, I think he should start this game. I think he will start this game. And of course, Bruno Fernandes will start this game. But I do think there are questions to ask around the other positions. And I'll run into that here. So the back five, I think, is going to be unchanged. I also think Mainu and Casemiro are going to be unchanged. Up front, though. Questions, right? Garnacho, who was at fault? I don't care who was at fault. Like, it was poor from Rashford with the pass, and it was poor from Garnacho with the finish, and they both combined to be, well, it definitely should have finished 2-0, and it should have finished more than 2-0, to be honest, because the clinical finishing was the issue. Now, that's where Zirkzee came off the bench and made such a difference, him dropping into the spaces, the finish itself. We kind of saw everything that I wanted to see from Zirkzee in that performance. Will he start the game is the question. Type yes or no in the comments, because as much as Mason Mount didn't get the goal, I think his involvement off the ball is probably going to be one of his greatest strengths at United this year. And the issue that we had was the lack of finishing. And that's where Zirkzee made the difference. But if Zirkzee was fit enough to come on for what? Was it 20, 25 minutes? I think he came on for. My personal prediction is that we'll see Zirkzee start on the bench. And I think we'll see Mason Mount keep his spot in the starting 11. And you might just see Zirkzee come on a little bit earlier if we need to. If we play how we played in the first half against Fulham, and we do that against Brighton, and we have better finishing, yeah, I mean, kind of in particular, really, from Bruno Fernandes, who had the biggest chances, then we're going to score 1 or 2 goals in the first half. In terms of Brighton's danger men, you're going to be looking over there at Matoma. He played well, scored a goal as well. Danny Welbeck, he loves scoring against us. Bastard. Anyway. Mats Vifa was the new signing. I'm going to be interested to see if Bruno can find space in and around him, because that was a player that United were heavily linked with. But in terms of my prediction for this game, right, I think it'll be a good game of football for the neutral. I think the way that United played with that, it was an aggressive press, but it wasn't a man-marking press, all right? With this front four, they kind of moved back together. They moved forward together. Last year, it was like, oh, I'm just going to chase that down there. And then Bruno's like, well, I'm going to come across as well. And then Ahmad's like, well, who the hell am I supposed to mark? And a team would always have an outball. United dropped that man-to-man press, and it worked. This system works for me, and I think it will continue to work across the course of the season. My prediction for this game, I'm going for a tight 2-1 win for United. But I could easily see it being a score draw, given how Brighton played in the first game and how United played in the first game. But as long as United play like we did against Fulham. Now, we were slow out of the blocks. First 20 minutes, we were poor. And we were poor in the same way against City in the Community Shield. But we grew into it, just like we did against Fulham. I want to see us try and not start rapid and fast, but be a little bit more collective as a team in the first 20. I'm going for a 2-1 win. It's going to be tight. I personally think we'll see Zirkzee come off the bench instead of start. And I also think the same thing for De Ligt. I don't think Ten Hag's going to rush either of those in to make their full Man United debut. Personal prediction. You can let me know what you think in the comments below. But I'm going for a 2-1. That is my team there. Am I going to start Rashford? Or am I going to start Garnacho? I forgot about that one down there. I'll be honest. I think I'm starting Garnacho. So that's my team. I forgot about Marcus Rashford down there. Sorry, Marcus. But Marcus come off the bench. And then you got Rashford coming off the bench and Zirkzee coming off the bench. Game-changing subs. And De Ligt too. That's my team. 2-1 prediction. Let me know yours in the comments.